Hi everyone, Sandra here from the Schwowin's Nest. Thanks for joining me today. My video for today is part of a Look for Less challenge that is hosted every month by Yami the Latina next door. Please go check out Yami's channel. She does some amazing things and they are just starting to renovate a fixer-upper house, so you'll see lots of great renovations and DIYs. Her co-host this month is Faith from Faith Chick 777's DIY and Design. Faith does a lot of wonderful DIYs, some decorating, farmhouse decor, lots of wonderful things. So please go check out both of those ladies' channels and tell them I sent you. The idea for this Look for Less challenge is to find a home decor item that you would like in your home, but it's probably going to be way over your budget. For example, this is a beautiful pressed lavender frame that's available on Etsy. It's $140. Seriously? These are dried flowers stuck in between some glass and put in a frame. I have an Etsy shop as well, and I love to support Etsy creators, but there's no way I'm going to spend $140 for some flowers. So I figured out how to make this same home decor item for $4.25. I'm starting off with some frames from the Dollar Tree. Now, I had these frames in my stash. They were purchased a long time ago for a different project, so I thought I would reuse them for this. It probably would have been easier just to have white frames, but this is what I had on hand, so this is what I'm going to use. I'm taking it all apart, taking the glass out, and then I'm going to paint it with a few coats of Rust-Oleum Linen White chalk paint. Rust-Oleum chalk paint is my favorite type of chalk paint. I have tried folk art and deco art, and I do like them. They're a lot thicker in consistency, and I like the way the Rust-Oleum just is like regular paint, but has that really nice matte finish. I'm also using a really soft brush. I don't want any brush strokes on this, and these are just some dollar store paint brushes that I picked up a while ago. They work really well, don't give you any brush strokes, because if you can believe it, this is a project that I am not going to be distressing. Normally, if you've been watching my videos, I tend to distress everything, but this doesn't need it. So that's why I'm using a softer brush. I'm also going to need to do the inside portion of the frame because you will be able to see that. So this is going to get a couple of coats as well. While the paint's drying, I'm going to get my blossoms ready. This lavender is a little different than what was in the picture, but it's what I had on hand. I get these at my local Dollarama store for $1.25 a bunch. The stems I have extra. Those are ones that I keep when I take the blossoms off for different projects, and it's good that I keep them because I need them for this project. I'm just going to take each of the blossoms and give them their own stem. Next, I'll lay them out and arrange them how I would like them to look, using the picture as inspiration. I'm also going to have to trim some of them because the inspiration piece is a 10 by 13 frame, but I'm using an 8 by 10 frame. So there is going to be a little bit of a difference in the size of it, but I'm okay with that because I think it's going to turn out pretty cool. I'm just going to bunch some together, and then I'm going to add a little bit more lavender pieces. I'll be cutting some up and adding them throughout the stems just to make it, again, look more like the inspiration piece. Here on my channel, I do a lot of looks for less. I do some farmhouse, trash to treasure, and thrift store flips. So if you like what you're seeing, I would love for you to hit that red subscribe button and stick around. I've got a couple of these little blossoms left over, so I'm going to trim them down and then add them to the stems in a random fashion just to give them a little bit more texture and dimension. I'll just be using my hot glue gun to add these little bits of blossom to the stems. This monthly challenge always attracts a lot of creators, so please make sure you click on the playlist link in my description box and see what everyone else has recreated. I'm sure you're going to find tons of inspiration and decor ideas for your home too. Now that the frames are dry, I'm going to be able to put them together. So the first thing I'm doing is putting the one glass right back inside, and I'm just going to hot glue each of the four corners to hold it in place. Now I'll be able to start laying down the stems in a pattern that I like. I kind of had played around with it. You can see to the right here, I have them kind of laid out the way I would like them to be, but I'm just going to put them in and make sure that they all fit and that it looks the way I want it to. I wanted to add a little bit more color in some of the spots, so I just trimmed down one of these blossoms and I'm just placing little bits and pieces throughout the frame. It's time to assemble the frame and hope that nothing falls out. I'm taking the second piece of glass and putting it in the second frame, and I'll hot glue it around the four corners like I did the first time. I had laid the second frame on top of the first one because I was going to glue them together, but then I realized that the gap in between the two glass pieces is a little bigger, so these blossoms were going to start moving around. So I've gone and added some hot glue to the very bottom just to hold the stems in place. I also needed to add a little bit of hot glue to all those little tiny floater pieces that I have in there. So just a teeny little bit of hot glue will attach it to the glass. The last thing I needed to do to finish this project was just hot glue those two frames together. I'm really loving how this is turning out. It was something that I put together last minute. I wasn't quite sure if I was going to have time to participate in this month's Look for Less, but I was able to pull it together and get this project done. I am super happy with how this turned out. I think it's an adorable piece of artwork. It's also given me the inspiration to create more with different flowers. Here's a look at them side by side. Mine is on the left and the Etsy inspiration is on the right. Of course, you can never beat real lavender pressed flowers or real lavender at all. But if you can't spend $140, you can sure as heck make one for less than $5. I'd like to thank Yami and Faith for hosting the challenge this month. Now I'll have to start thinking about next month's challenge. Thanks so much for sticking with me till the end. If you're new to my channel and you like what you saw, hit that red subscribe button and the bell to get notified when I upload new videos. Every subscription and view really helps my channel grow, and I really appreciate it. See you in the next one.